everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Logan. If you are new here, if you are not new here, then welcome back. On this channel we talk about all things crochet. Today's video I'm going to be talking about a crochet retreat that I just went on. This retreat was hosted by Stacy from Stacy Makes and April from the Cozy Buckeye. I was so excited to be invited onto this retreat. Stacy had messaged me on Instagram and asked if I would like to join the retreat. So I thought, why not? I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to meet some new people in the crochet world. So I'm really glad that I went on this retreat. So I'm going to show you everything that I made and just kind of talk about the retreat in general. A little bit about the retreat itself. It was Thursday to Sunday, so all of us showed up on Thursday and it did take me about 5 hours to get there. It was in Indiana, so I did drive myself. It took me about 5 hours. Now I did stop a couple of times, but nonetheless I was the last one to show up, which is totally fine. When I got there, everyone was already sitting around and crocheting and everyone was so nice and welcoming. Now I have met Stacy and Tara before. Stacy is Stacy Makes and Apple Tree Boutique, and Tara is Old Soul Factory. So I have met them before. We live in the same state, so I had met them before, so it was really nice to see them again and really talk with them some more. But I am gonna show you all the plushies that I made while I was there. I came back home with some new friends and a bunch of plushies, so I really enjoyed this retreat. We sat around and crocheted pretty much the entire time. We crocheted, we were laughing, we were having such a fun time, and I would definitely do this again. I'm really excited for the next retreat. So like I said, we pretty much crocheted the entire time. However, we did do a plushie exchange one day, so we all made plushies and we did kind of like a white elephant, and Stacy actually surprised us with Katie, the celestial homebody, so she was there as well. So that was nice to sit and talk with her, and yeah, we just had a bunch of fun. I really enjoyed this retreat. I would love to do this again. So I'm going to show you what I won in the plushie exchange, and then I'm going to show you what I made for the plushie exchange. Obviously I don't have it here with me, but I will pop it up here on the screen. So I got this little purple goblin Halloween guy. This is from Shauna, which is Mixin' Up Stitches on Instagram, and she actually made these eyes. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, but they have jack-o'-lanterns, bats, like a little peppermint in here, and a little heart. These eyes are incredible, and I love the little fluffy details. So this is what I got in the plushie exchange. And I ended up making, while I was there, I ended up making a sloth. The pattern is from Stacy Makes, and I ended up making that on the retreat, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to switch this out for what I have and put this in because I just loved it so much. And it did get stolen twice, and Katie, the celestial homebody, actually ended up with it. So I will pop up a picture here on the screen. As I was making it with the brown and the green, Tara was like, that really looks like a caramel apple. So I thought it'd be cute to embroider a little apple on it, and I did use eyes from Stacy Makes. So I loved that sloth. I am definitely gonna make some more of those because it was a big hit and a lot of people liked it. So I was really happy to see Katie go home with it. Speaking of Shauna, she was the person who made the plushie that I won in the exchange. She paints her own safety eyes, so she ended up letting me use a pair of her safety eyes and paint my own, so which I thought was a good idea for me to practice, because I actually ended up buying my own safety eye supply. So I bought the safety eyes, I bought glitter, mica powder, and resin so I can make my own. So I have that right next to me in a box, so I'm ready to start painting my own safety eyes. But I'm going to show you what these ones look like. So here are the eyes that I painted. I used a little star and moons on the side, and they're a really pretty light pink. I also used these like oval eyes, so I'm going to make a dragon and use these for it. So I really enjoyed making the eyes, so I know I really want to get into painting my own eyes, and I know I need to wait a little bit because I'm gonna get hyper fixated and just want to do that. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Maybe I'll paint some this weekend. But yeah, I was able to paint my own safety eyes. Also, everyone was extremely nice and very generous. I just could not get over how nice everyone was. But I also got a stitch marker from Tara. She let everyone look through all of her stitch markers, and this is the one that I picked out. I had quite a bit picked out, so I narrowed it down to one. It is a tarot card that says the sun, so you know I had to get that with Sunny Days Crochet. So I ended up getting this one, and it was just so, everyone was just so nice. I just really loved it. So now I'm gonna get into all of the plushies that I made. I did work on a few orders while I was there. So the first order that I made is for Jennifer. Jennifer has ordered from me before. She ordered 7 Fred the Frogs and 1 Strawberry Cow. So she is back, and she ordered 8 of these swinging animals. This is the water animals on swings, a pattern from all from Jade. So I've never made these before, and I actually had the pattern. So when she asked me if I could make them, I was like, yes, I have the pattern. I've never actually made them. So I made all of these with Parfait Chunky, and then the swings are all made in with Posh. So the first one is the seal. This one is definitely the biggest out of all of them, but also the yarn that I used Parfait Chunky, and it was way thicker than it normally is. But I love the little seal. I think this would be perfect for winter time. And then we have one of my favorites. This is the little frog. I did end up using some sinker eyes with this one, and this one has blue sinker eyes, so I had to match the blue swing. I'm not sure if you can see, but here are the blue sinker eyes and his little smile. I may have to make one of these for myself. Then we have the little turtle, which I love. It is so adorable. You could definitely make these without the swings and sell them like that if you wanted to. Then we have the little mallard and the axolotl. I really love how this one turned out, and the little tail that hangs off of it. I love it. Then we have the walrus. I actually really like how this one turned out. When I was showing everyone all of the swinging animals, Heather from Freckled Brunette Creations, she was like, I have that pattern. I'm going to make this walrus. So she ended up making one of these, and I don't know, I just really like how this one turned out. It's very unique. And then we have the little penguin, and I also used some sinker eyes on this one. This one is orange, but it shifts blue, green, and even pink. So we have the little penguin. And then the last one is also one of my favorites. This is the otter, again with a little tail hanging off. I sent this to my sister, and she loves otters, and she already placed an order for one. So I'm going to have to make another one of these for her. But I think I'm actually going to start making these for my markets, because I think these are gonna sell really well. So in total, I made 8 of these swinging animals. Another order that I was working on, and I am almost finished. I have one more item to make for this order, so I need to get on that so I can finish this order. So I made this Rhino Beetle. This pattern is from Didis Plushies. Really quick workup, and it just fits in the palm of your hand. So I made that one. And then I made this baby caterpillar. This pattern is from Crochet Grove. These are the colors that the customer picked out. And then I made Alfred the ant. This pattern is from Murphy Crochets. They wanted a burnt red looking ant, so I ended up using the color Maple Leaf from Parfait Chunky. So we have the little ant. And the caterpillar and the ant are almost the same size. Then I made the jumping spider from Handmade by Nikelle. They wanted a blue spider, so I ended up using this light blue shade. Again, another quick pattern to work up, and the only thing you have to sew on is the back to the head, and that was really simple. So I made this little spider. And then the last one for the order so far, again, I have one more thing to make. This is Halen the Moth by Knotted Cat, and they wanted a brown and green moth. So I ended up doing the body cream, and then the top wings are brown and green, and then the bottom ones are green. I just thought that that looked really nice. I thought it would have been a little bit boring if I did the brown on the bottom. So here is my little moth. So I have one more item to make for that order, and then that order will be completed. The last order that I was working on, this is the order for the bakery. So if you have not seen my previous videos, I talked about an order for a pumpkin patch. This is the bakery's order that I am working on. So the day before I left, I was talking to her. I went there to drop off some more items, and we were talking about these mini pumpkin pies that I made. So I ended up making 4 of them for her along with other items, and those 4 mini pumpkin pies sold in one day. So, and they are still open for about another 4 weeks. So she was like, could you make 20 more? And they are very quick patterns, so I said I would be able to do that for her. So while I was on the retreat, I ended up making 12 of these mini pumpkin pies. So this is the mini pumpkin pie pattern from Handmade by Nikelle. Stitches by Pati actually sent me this and said, you need to make these for your bakery. So a shout out to her for giving me this idea, because they are selling very well there. So here is what they look like. Now the pattern does not have a face on it. I did that on my own, but I just put it on the crust very easy. This is a no-sew pattern, and it just fits right in the palm of your hand. Everyone loved this pattern at the retreat, and I think quite a bit of them ended up buying the pattern because it was on sale while we were there. I think like 4 or 5 people ended up buying the pattern. So I have done some with normal smiles. So here's the ones with the normal smiles, and then I have done some face detailing on some other ones. I was talking to April from the Cozy Buckeye as I was making these mini pumpkin pies, and she had mentioned doing a little bit of face detailing on some of these little guys. So I thought that was a really good idea. So when I got home, I ended up doing that on some of them. So I just did a little bit more. This one I did some little details around the eyes, and then this one I did some little white detailing and some more details around the eyes. I think that is just so adorable, so I'm gonna do some more of those when I make them. Like I said, I have I made 12 of them, so I have about 8 left to make. So I'm definitely gonna do some more face detailing on that. So shout out to you, April, for giving that idea to me. Speaking of April, I was watching one of her videos before I left for the retreat, and she was talking about a pattern from Just a Mom Crocheting, and this is the mini Foodies bundle. So I ended up making the little cheese pizza. I do still have to add a little face to this one, but I just thought it was so cute. It was getting towards the end of the night and I just wanted to make something really quick, so I made this little cheese pizza. I'm definitely gonna make some more from this pattern and put it in my little minis bin. It comes with a cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, a watermelon mod for this one, a pickle, a pepper, a turkey leg, and a cheeseburger. So I know I really want to make the cheeseburger, the pepperoni pizza. I think I'm gonna make all of them just to see how they sell, but this is definitely a great project to go into the minis bin. Ever since this pattern came out, I have wanted to make it, but I was really busy with my big order, so I knew as I was packing up my yarn that I was going to make this on the crochet retreat. So this is Nigel the frog. This is a pattern from CrochetbyRhi. Look at him. I love him. I love his little face detailing. I will definitely be making some more of these. I just think that these are so hilarious. I love him. I have a couple of people that do want this one, so I know that these are probably gonna sell well at markets. He's just so funny with his little legs and his little mouth. I love the color that I chose as well, so I really like him, and I'm gonna make some more of them. While I was there, I bought some patterns. This was one of the patterns that I bought. This is from Tara, who is Old Soul Factory, and this is Tyce, the sea turtle. You do not have to make the fins ahead of time. Genius. You make the head and then you start with the shell and work your way down, and these are crocheted in the round, and this is also crocheted in the round, and then you just have to tack the head up at the end of it. So pretty much no sew pattern. I don't really count tacking the head as sewing, so to me this is a no sew pattern. I was telling her while I was there, I'm like, genius, you are a genius. I get a lot of people who ask for smaller turtle patterns, so this is made with basic chenille, and it is about the size of my hand. So I use basic chenille, and then this is the tie-dye in basic chenille. I love this. I'm going to make these in all colors. So I did this orange one with this really colorful back. I really like how this one turned out. And then I did a little pink one. And then I did a blue one. So I ended up making 3 Tyce the sea turtles. I feel like I got quite a bit done. I finished one order, I'm almost done with another order, and I got a big chunk done of another order, and I also did a pattern test. So this test is for Stitches by Pati. This is Freya the fox. This is a no sew pattern. I love her. I believe she releases on October 7th, so make sure to stay tuned for that because I really love this one. I think I might make another one of these in a little bit of a darker, more burnt orange and do some flowers on it, because I think that that would be so pretty for the fall time. So I think I'm going to make another one of these, especially because I've already made one and it worked up fairly quickly. So give you a little close-up of her. There's also an option for a belly patch as well, but I just decided to stick with the plain body. I love the lanky legs and tail. I really like this one. I'm definitely going to make another one. Love the long tail. So this is Freya the fox from Stitches by Pati. April from the Cozy Buckeye was kind enough to send me one of her patterns so I could make it while I was there. I ended up picking out Cash the Cow since I had already had my eye on that pattern. So she was very nice enough to send me that pattern, and she was also nice enough to let me use some of her yarn and try out some new yarn to me. So I had my eye on Elise Veludo because April and Stacy both talk about that yarn a lot, and I just really wanted to feel it. So as I was talking to them about it, I was sitting right in between them on the couch, and it was so funny because they both got in their bags and were piling yarn on me so that I could feel it and see all of the colors. It was really funny. I ended up having 2 piles on me as they were showing me the yarn. So she was nice enough to send me her pattern and then also let me try out some Elise Veludo. So that was very, very nice of her. I loved April. She's very funny, very sweet, and down to earth. So long story short, here is my Cash the Cow, and I ended up using eyes from Stacy Makes as well. I think I took like 3 pairs of her eyes while I was there, but these eyes go perfectly with this cow. Here are the eyes that I used. I just love these. And then these are the colors up close that I used. Look at the little tail. This is so soft, and it was a dream to work with. So you will probably be seeing an Elise Veludo yarn haul soon. I really loved how this worked out. I might switch over to using this yarn. We will see. I'm going to place an order, but I was really glad I got to try it out before placing a big order. But like I said, I think I'm gonna keep this one for myself because I love it. Like I said, while I was there, I already made Jimmie the Sloth, and I embroidered a little apple. Again, it's a pattern from Stacy Makes / Apple Tree Boutique, and I embroidered a little apple on it. And she was also kind enough to send over one of her patterns as well so that we could make it. And she ended up sending over Dusty the chicken, and I thought to myself, I already embroidered something on the sloth, so why not embroider something on the chicken overalls as well? So Heather and I, Heather is from Freckled Brunette Creations, Heather and I were talking, and we were trying to figure something out to embroider on the chicken. So this is what we came up with. He has a little yarn ball embroidered on him, and he is hanging on to a piece of the yarn. So this is my little yarn chicken. I loved this idea. We had so much fun trying to figure out what to do with it. So this is my little yarn chicken. I'm definitely going to keep this for myself as a little memento of the retreat. And I also ended up using some of Stacy's eyes as well for this. And then yeah, here's a little close-up of my little yarn ball embroidery, and then the little yarn hanging out. But yeah, this is my little yarn chicken. Everything that I made while I was on the crochet retreat. You will have to let me know in the comments below which item was your favorite, or items if you can't choose just one. But I had so much fun. I cannot wait to do it again. I really enjoyed meeting everyone and having some new crochet friends. So that is going to be everything for today's video. I want to thank Stacy for inviting me onto this crochet retreat. I cannot thank her enough. Everyone was so sweet and kind, and I just really appreciated everyone and spending time with everyone and getting to know people as well. So wanted to give a little special shout out to her for allowing me to go on the retreat. So that is going to be everything for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram at sunnydays_crochet, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone, have a good one.